all the four hood options in 1970, no doubt about it, Shaker takes the cool factor cake.
Just in case you've been living up under a rock and don't know why that scoop's got the name Shaker, this is why.
Now, since we want our Challenger hood to shake like that, and Shaker hood parts are kind of hard to find, we figured Ted Stevens would be the man to help out.
We ought to be able to fill in the blanks on some of the missing parts here, and we'll have a little lesson on how this thing works.
Man, I'm excited.
Stevens Performance in Anderson, Alabama is an all Mopar restoration resource that deals in repop pieces as well as new old stock. If you need a piece for your Plymouth, Dodge, or Chrysler, they've got it. Because in addition to reman parts, they also operate the world's largest Mopar salvage yard with 60 acres of cars to resource from. We've switched cars on you guys to this yet-to-be-restored Cuda. And this thing being a Hemi, well, it's a pretty close representation of what we're going to be doing on Ultraviolet.
The Shaker hood was optional on the Challenger with the Hemi, standard on the Cuda with the Hemi. The flaps inside the Shaker scoop, which allow the cold air in, are operated by a cable that has a handle inside the passenger compartment. Okay, we're going to show you how this thing operates. It's a simple cable-operated system. Pull the cable from inside the car. It's connected to this cable with a bell crank on the side of the adapter ring. You pull this is actually in the hot position here, or with the cold door closed. Then when you pull the cable, it switches it, closes the hot door, opens the cold door.
So what do you mean by hot door?
Well, the hot door is where it breathes when the Shaker scoop is closed. It works off of a cable, opens that flap up, breathes through a hole in the adapter ring.
So this is just a big flap for the fresh air side?
Correct. That's called the cold door. Okay, there's a couple of holes in the bottom of the Shaker scoop that where the water collects, drains through these holes and out these drain hoses.
Regardless of the car wrapped around it, the standard Hemi car equipment was this dual quad Carter setup. The trick is that the throats on these are smaller than the ones on our dual throttle bodies, and our engine's been moved back. So we'll have to modify an aftermarket base plate to make it work. Well, during the Shaker sermon, I was busy back in the Stevens Performance inventory and check out what I got. Hard to find back seat for the Challenger, refurbished hood hinges, side mirrors, and hey, what do you got, buddy?
I got one of those sweet Shakers that everybody wants. So I've been busy too, so get off my back.
Okay, well, let's load the stuff up and head them on and get them out.
Yes, sir.
Where are we going?
I'm going this way.
Yeah, these are going to work fine. Well, our Challenger now has hinges for the hood. As far as the Shaker goes, well, that's going to be a lot more complex, especially considering our engine and intake combination.
Yeah, we've got a couple pretty big problems. One of them, well, the throttle bodies are too far apart to fit this stock-looking base plate. And the engine's been moved back and down to make the car handle better. But what that did is change the location of the Shaker. So that's going to be a pretty big task making all this stuff work.
Now, bottom line is, it's all going to fit in here. This is a reproduction hood from Classic Industries with the Shaker hole already cut out, along with bolt holes.
Now for the